Greetings and hello. This is Joelle and I am the Viberarian. I'm here to elevate, enlighten, and empower. And of course, I'm doing that for myself. And when I'm here sharing, it is my hope that you too are enlightened and empowered for your journey. This is in the cards, and I am so excited. It's been quite a while since I've had a live stream, and so I'm very happy to be back. And this is my opportunity to share about all things Oracle and Tarot cards. So I am here tonight with a deck that I recently acquired, and I've also got some other decks lined up to share in the coming weeks. So I'm as I just scan in my space now, I can see several decks that we have yet to get to that I really want to share with you. But tonight I am focused on this deck that I got down in Florida at a store called, I think, Sacred Circles. And it was down in the Cocoa Beach area, I think along the coastline of Florida down from Orlando. And I got a couple decks from this store. It was a lovely place. And this deck, the Beloved Dead, is one that I brought home. Now, I have recently been doing quite a bit of work with ancestors, past lives, Akashic records, and through the process of reconciliation. So this deck, I definitely was very excited to see what it held. So this is a collaboration, and it says an Oracle for Divining Ancestral Wisdom, Carrie Paris and Tina Hardt. Now, you can see from the box, this is a substantial size deck, and you could get a sense from the back as to the artistic style, which I thought was very whimsical. So, and it says a hauntingly appealing divination deck. Your collective family of ancestor archetypes await you in the Beloved Dead Oracle. They will have a lot to say about your day-to-day interactions, interpersonal dynamics, and inner life. Ask the Beloved Dead a question and connect with consciousness that has left the land of form and now resides energetically as spirit. Every spirit in this deck is a bright star in the constellation that lights your soul's enchanted path to the unlimited potential that is the future. These are the voices of your protective and guiding ancestors, spirit helpers who understand that there's great work to be done every minute you spend on this side of the veil. This deluxe set contains an 82 card deck and a 144-page full color guidebook. Okay, so that's just what is presented on the box. As you can see, it fits great on the shelf. It's substantial, and it is one of those boxes that has the ribbon that you can lay the cards on, so it's easy to get them in and out of storage instead of always fumbling. I do appreciate a beautiful ribbon box. Okay, so as you can see on the front here, there's one illustration and there is one card then that also represents this. This is the spirit throne element. So I'm going to get back to this in a little bit here, but there's a reason why it is out and there's a reason why it's on the box. But the book that comes with the deck has a different cover, which I thought was delightful because it has, of course, cardomancy or card divination, and the look on the face of the reader as she's looking down is just quite interesting to me. It made me smile. So this is their guidebook. So I want to share with you, I mean, this is something that I don't want to read a lot from because part of the delight is to experience a deck for yourself. But I do want to give you excerpts and things that might pique your interest if you want to go out and get this deck yourself. So in their introduction, it says, why do I think, act, feel, and behave in a certain way? What's my most authentic choice? What's blocking my way? Am I using this gift of life well? Who am I and why am I here? These are all questions that are contained right in the very front of this deck. So I think that I knew right away that it was going to be very interesting. So I always read through the materials that are provided with the deck because I believe that the initial spiritual message comes through that particular vessel and that there's something meaningful that they were able to embody. So I always honor that and receive what I will out of that delivery. And then I have my own messaging that comes in around what I see as well in the cards and experience. So this one, the Spirit Throne card, I will share about this because this is like a primary card in the deck. And it is basically, you know, the sacred space, which in to call in the ancestors to invite them for conversation. So I am definitely in my first reading with the deck. I also honored that intention. And subsequently, when I've read with it a couple times, I've also brought this energy forward. So I have it on my beautiful blue hemimorphite here. And so tonight I want to engage with the deck and see what message wants to come through from this deck and this resource in real time. So now each of the guidance sections does have like a picture of the card and then the teaching or download. But in the back, there are also, I haven't even had time to go through all these, but there's a whole section, as you can see here at the back, of special spreads that are given as tools by the creators themselves. So let's see here. The main idea, so a 3-card spread, the evidential spread, a checklist of how to do it. I mean, it's quite a bit of material here for you to go through. So, but what I'm going to do this evening is just draw 3 cards to see what wants to come through and how that message will be structured. I'm sure is going to be evident by the time we get done. So I do want to share that these cards are lovely and they are gilded on the side. Just making sure that I'm live here. Pardon the pause. Okay. So they're gilded on the side. As you can see, it's catching the light. They're a good weight. It's a thick stack to hold for it to be this many cards. So I'm going to go ahead and draw in. Let me go ahead and shuffle here. And as always, I only connect with the energies of unconditional love and light. And so anything that is delivered through this guidance is for the best and highest good of all. So let us see. They are very sturdy cards. I like this weight, good quality. And one more shuffle. All right, let's see. What do we have here? From the matriarchal line first, then the patriarchal line, and then the beyond to the singular source light. All right, let's see what we have here. Let me put these back in the box. All right, coming in from the matriarchy. Ooh, addiction. Okay. We've got an ancestor energy here. There's a bottle going on. Oh, looks like a cigarette. All right, let's see what we've got here for the ancestral and the matriarchal energy, talking about addiction. Okay, it says, the beloved dead that carries the experience and lessons of addiction arrives with a heavy heart and often profound regrets. Fettered by pain or an emptiness that seeks comfort from without rather than from within, the addict can bequeath a legacy of heartache, anger, helplessness, and unstable footing that will continue to seek expression in all of the wrong ways. It's the generational gift that keeps on misgiving. When addiction falls into a spread, it could be addressing an issue of escapism or overindulgence in any life area that needs mindful moderation or self-control. It could also be pointing out a pattern of impulsive and self-defeating emotional responses to life stressors, those perceived threats and challenges that undo us at the seams. Candidly, on occasion, short-term versus delayed gratification and losing personal control can be deeply satisfying, fun, popular, and even cathartic. And yet, as a default reaction to stimuli, it exacts an inestimable price, the loss of your freedom. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, that's very timely right now. I tell you what, when it talks about where you need mindfulness, moderation, or self control, I absolutely can resonate with that and have been having conversations recently about like substituting one energy for another and being aware that I was doing that in an unhealthy way, right? So I received that. Now, from the patriarchal line, oh, we got personality. Look at this guy here. He's got jokes, jolly, and laughter. Let's see what personality from our patriarchal line. One thing I'll look at, he's got really small baby teeth. I don't know, there's something misproportioned about. It's almost like his teeth are cut off. Very interesting. And he's got a weird kind of lump on his scalp. The art on here is very interesting. There's a lot going on. You can see in the faded hills in the background, and then also in the mists of time as well here. So let's see what personality says. There are people in life who need only to walk into the room and they turn any black and white or sepia toned affair into brilliant technicolor. This is the expansive energy of personality, our beloved dead who sees no advantage in blending in with the wallpaper. Maybe it's their high octane energy or the way they make you feel when they alight on you, like you're the most important person in the universe. Of course, there are also those intent on sucking all the oxygen from a space, like the dying star that's dramatically collapsing in on itself. They are just as memorable. When this card is validating a loved one, it indicates that there's something significant about their personality, the way they think, feel, or behave that factors prominently in a memory or experience. Additionally, this card opens a dialogue about inauthentic appearances, a persona that's presented to others in order to be liked or accepted, or to conceal a shady agenda or intentions. Be aware of the smiling skull. Okay, be aware of the smiling skull. You'll see pearly white smiles that don't light up their eyes. Beware of cloying kindness or as an overcompensation of bless your heartedness before their masks slip when they think you're not watching. The sad clown, on the other hand, knows that when you smile, the whole world smiles with you, even though their heart's in shards. Laughter is curative. It raises our energy. But should humor become a way of gaining acceptance or a method of self protection, something behind this mask wants to be healed, accepted, or forgiven. The beloved dead of personality reminds you that you're perfect just the way you are. Don't compare yourself to others or let others dictate your experience of life. You do you. Your soul alone has the blueprint of your best self, the brightest and most authentic expression of this gift of life. When you greet others from this space, you meet those who are kindred souls. When you greet others from this space, you meet those who are kindred souls. Okay. That is, I told you his teeth looked funny. There was something weird looking about that. So I understand that. Like, wait, we wear the mask is a famous poem. So nobody wants to live masks anymore. Like, be your authentic self, short gums and all. Okay, so the overlying energy. Oh, wow. Look at this visitation. Look at that. Divine Mother stepping through the door. beautiful spirit coming down. We asked who was in the spirit throne. Okay, so this is beautiful. Visitation. Look at that. It's like a smile, too. And there's a star as well coming in the sky in the corner. So let's see what this says here. This is beautiful to have this coming down from the top. Do the hairs on the back of your neck bristle? Do you break out in goosebumps? Or do you hear murmuring, see images in your mind's eye, or even receive olfactory calling cards, such as the unmistakable scent of flowers, perfume, pipe smoke, or a wet dog? Or is it a vague and an inexplicable feeling that you're not alone, as though the energy in the room has shifted and you're undeniably in the presence of a spirit? This could be a transient spirit who is just passing through, or a soul that's still stuck on this earthly plane for myriad reasons. Spirits can occasionally remain attached to a house or land, or come as extras free of charge with that turn of century hutch you just purchased from the antique store. When we're visited by a loved one, it's known as an after death communication, or ADC. These communications can happen in many ways. You might see, hear, or feel their energy. There might be a fragrance or a manipulation of objects or electronics. Ask to be shown a symbol or a sign, then be patient and present for validation. You will just know. However, you experience an after death communication, this is a high vibrational connection intended to provide comfort, love, and confirmation that a loved one is still with you and watching over you. Excuse me. An ADC can shift the experience of suffering during grief to a new soul level reassurance that consciousness survives death and you change and just changes form. Consciousness survives death and just changes form. When visitation appears, it's an indication that there's a loved one around you providing guidance, protection, strength, validation, and reminding you that while life is ephemeral, love survives. This also includes our pets who never leave our heart. The beloved dead of visitation could also present as a dream state after death communication. Dreams that are more symbolic and ooze with the cryptic back chat of our unconscious are different from these visitations. In an after death communication, loved ones often appear in a younger, healthier, more luminous version of themselves and rarely speak. The positive and healing potential of a visitation from non-form consciousness can be life-altering and flood you with peace, light, and renewed hope on so many levels and in so many ways. Okay, wow. I'll tell you what, hey, Kim, thanks for tuning in, okay? Jackie, my friend Jackie, one day I had an after death communication dream, and I kind of like felt the bed shake, and I felt like I heard a giggle, and I was like, what is that noise, like in my dream state? And then in my dream, I looked over the edge of the bed, but I didn't see anything. So I went back to sleep in my dream. And then I felt the bed shake again and heard another little giggle. And this time when I looked down, I saw like a teenage version of my friend Jackie, but I knew it was like her mother. And she was giggling because she had been playing a joke on me. And so it was weird because I knew it at a level, but I felt my bed and heard the audible giggle. So it was also kind of weird. Even while I was a dream within a dream. And later when I shared it with Jackie, it was like, I just knew that it was her mother was around, right? So like, when there is a physical visitation of a loved one. I know we all have certain things when we step into an awareness of the persistence of spirit, we all have certain things then that we begin to receive as confirmation of that, be it pennies or feathers or cardinals or lilies or, So this is a very interesting deck, because I also, so like when you see the arrangement of it, it's like this feminine coming in the triumvirate, but the way my read energy is to the feminine magnetic experience, and then the masculine electric experience, and then the trinity or the ether, the third connection between the three in unification or God source, right? So very, very interesting that we've got, not like to wear masks that cover up addictions, that cover up things that are happening that are, our ancestors want to come to light to help us be better and live better and continue the progress of our energetic mind, So this is such an interesting deck. Kim, if you would like a card, if you're still in the chat, I will pull one for you if you just let me know pile 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to put these back. If anyone else is in the chat. Okay. Let me know pile 1, 2, or 3. Kim first. Okay. 2 more shuffles. One more shuffle. All right. Pile number 2. Feminine. Masculine. Overlay. All right. So, act of love, be you. Oh, look at this. It's all bedazzled with the corset. Okay, that's beautiful. I'll send you a picture of this card because it's got a lot going on. More than probably is coming over. But it's like, look at all that sparkle. Okay, act of love, be you, from the feminine aspect of your matriarchal line. Now this deck has act of love cards, 10 act of love cards, which are not representing any particular archetype. So this one says, if you receive BU, be on high alert. This card detects an interloper, a meddlesome third party, an experience or pesky pattern that's luring you away from all that you value and hold near and dear. While you're unaware, it's crashing brazenly through your gates and crushing your boundaries with its own agenda and narrative. And if that's not enough, it begins boring a hole through your confidence and triggering responses that don't really resonate with the true you. This interloper always arrives with an implied message that creates pressure to conform. Please me, be me, don't be different. Sometimes it's so insidious and crazy-making that you temporarily lose your bearings and quietly question your own right to be yourself. While it has your attention, it forces you to ask, is this interloper me? Do you need to step out of your own way? BU proposes a bit of fun and adventure as the antidote. It asks that you step out of your bubble, go somewhere unusual or unfamiliar where no one knows you and you won't have to pretend to be anyone other than your true self. Get dressed up or down and take yourself somewhere, anywhere you can be alone with your thoughts and connect with what makes you unapologetically happy. Time spent taking a leap of faith into the delightfully unpredictable will keep you in a state of awe wherein everything you experience is spontaneous, carefree, and authentic. How wild to be you. Ooh, that's great. Okay, how wild to be you. Okay, so act of love. Oh, wow, this is so funny. All right, this is from the masculine patriarchal side. Look at that. Mm, mm. That is such a lot. I mean, medical, service, nursing, pets, animals. What? Okay. This is interesting. It does look like a support animal. A dog with a little red cross on it, the nurse. She got a little cross on her little bandana thing. They're the Rescue Aid Society. Okay. Service. Sirens blaring and lights flashing. When service arrives in a spread, it brings a message that help has arrived. It goes without saying that this card resonates with the expertise, dedication, and bravery of first responders and rescuers, as well as fire, emergency, medical, police, and military professionals and volunteers. It recognizes those dedicated souls who diagnose, operate, give care, heal, counsel, govern, or reign. The beloved dead know that to truly be in service, you devote to something that's bigger than yourself. It's the clarion call to duty, even if it's personally inconvenient. The spiritual essence of this card also addresses the potential long-term effects of self-sacrifice. The beloved dead of service is opening a dialogue about your own self-awareness and restorative self-care rituals. Service is a loving card of interventions that ask you stop for a moment and evaluate your well-being, mood, stress, and energy levels. It's also here in solidarity, recognizing how important it is to also keep working on yourself for reasons of efficiency and personal safety. If you're providing structure for others, how's the health and vitality of your own container or body? How's your emotional and energetic flow and balance? In your passionate pursuit of solutions, how's your own grounding? Innovating, connecting, and leading, how's your clarity and consciousness? When this card is validating a loved one or an individual, service can also reveal a passing that may have involved an accident or a sudden medical event when urgent response and care were required. Your loved ones don't want you to hang on to any trauma involving this situation. Know that they are good and whole and want only to tend to your heart. Mm. Okay. Now I have to say, just for the audience record, I hope it's okay to say that you are a healthcare professional from a line of healthcare professionals. So this, the fact that this comes out is really just amazing. All right. So as the overlighting, wow, if this is not a you card, this you're gonna, I wish I could hear you laugh right now. It is a bat. And again, I'll take a clearer picture so you can see it's a straight up bat. I thought it was a gremlin for a second, but it's not. This is hilarious. Okay, so the Arcana card says, I don't know if this is a, yes, it is. Okay. Bats are not sky puppies. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. Okay. There are two kinds of truth, the truth we keep to ourselves and the truth that we show others. Arcana is very tight-lipped. She has secrets, confidences, and mysteries that she'll happily take to her grave. When you receive this card, there's a story, facts, or information being kept under lock and key away from prying eyes and inquiring minds. It's also unknown whether or not the revelation of this content is for your highest good at this time or, in fact, ever. Some things are better just left alone. You may also be working with a departed soul who may not be ready or doesn't wish to divulge their truth or all of the facts surrounding a tragic event or situation. Remember that this departed one also has free will and it's best to honor their choice and right to remain silent. If you're the seeker or keeper of secrets, Arcana asks how this resonates with you in the moment. Is something working its way up from your own unconscious or calling you into service through symbols, dreams, or synchronicity? Is there a secret seeking expression in order to be resolved, processed, or healed? Or are you being invited to open an investigation that can unlock the past and bring cleansing blessings and peace to all concerned? The beloved dead of Arcana knows that although dead and buried, Arcana still has the power to haunt the living. This card, on rare occasion, can help you on your journey to unearth any hidden truth for the higher good. Wow. I am just saying this is so interesting because tomorrow's live stream is Secrets and Shame with Sandy Mohammed, and we're talking about family maps and the impact that generational secrets have on us that we are not even aware of, and how those things can be uncovered and what happens when they are. So this is quite interesting about this energy coming forward right now. So thank you for being a conduit for that message for just the collective of folks who are going to be encountering this reading. That is very, 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 very interesting. Wow. I don't have anything else to add to that. I mean, that is, you know how when you say you're just like you're too personal to a situation, I'm like, I can't talk about this in public stream, but there is a public dynamic, right? For all of us to encounter out of this, like allowing the secrets to come forward and continuing to choose the service, but not to the sacrificial service like in past lifetimes, serving in balance and love and joy and delight. So this is very interesting. Yes, and you said then you know that isn't a number that you normally pick. Exactly. Yes, very, very interesting. I mean, and honestly, the diagram just perfect. I mean, just perfectly suited for the viewing audience. If you imagine like somebody who could play Morticia from TV very well, like with the dark hair and pale features. This Kim does that really, really well. So this could be your Halloween 2024 for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal this year. You can go as Arcana. So anyway, this is such an interesting deck. Working with the ancestral realm and having these conversations about how we can move forward in healthier ways. It is very therapeutic, it's very healing. And to be able to use tools like this clearly in a way that augments the other work that's being done is very much a delight for me, especially. So I'm very excited about this deck. If you're interested in, I don't have any affiliate links or anything, but if you're interested in the link, I'll try to find the website for the individuals and I'll put it in the show notes below. And if you would like a reading or to have a conversation with me, where I use this deck and some of my other ancestor tools, please let me know. My information is in the description box below. So, hands yellow, heart red. Okay. So I thank all of you for joining for In the Cards. And this has been the Beloved Dead Oracle deck. And we thank the ancestral energies that came through and sat with us for a moment on the spirit throne. And we release all presences back into their appropriate dimensionals with love and light and gratitude. And so it is. All right. So have a great evening. Namaste.